I pull up, roll the windows down it. I pull up, roll the windows down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. We gotta whip out our calculators and do some calculations on the scam and Scots because something in the water ain't clean. Allegedly, the Black Business Expo was supposed to be housed at the Hyatt, but people called around and the Hyatt knew nothing of the sort. And I really want to break this down because Letitia and the Scots have a track record of doing bad business. They oftentimes get upset when people question their integrity. However, they continue to do things that would make people question their integrity. So unfortunately, because the track record Marceau and Letitia have set for themselves, anytime they have expos, events, charities, etc., people are always going to question them. And also because they are not transparent people, anytime people do question them on things that are questionable, they seemingly are defensive, especially Letitia. So we do know Love and Marriage Huntsville is filming right now. Are we to believe that the Scots are going to be able to answer the questions that have been going on behind the scenes in answer to all of the noise? Because we saw how she responded this year to all of the controversy when it came to the Expo, where she caught a fit and walked out of every conversation that people had pertaining to the Expo or any controversies that was surrounded around them, their business, personal issues, etc. Last year, when it came to the Black Expo, when people had questions about where did the money go, she said it's nobody's business where the money goes. Why do people care where the money goes? Now, this year, they are doing another Black Business Expo. They're asking people to pay them $50 to $200. They're not going to disclose the location. Do you believe they are going to get on Love and Marriage Huntsville and be open and honest about all of the behind the scenes that have been going on when it came to putting this event together? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have a theory about all of this, and I want you guys to get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about my theory. But because of everything that I said about the Scots previously in this video, I believe that is why so many people question them in their integrity anytime they have these events. So of course, when they told everybody they were doing another Black Business Expo and they released the details of the events, people were suspicious. And people had a lot of things to say. And one of those things were the fact that they were asking people for $50 to $200 and didn't want to disclose the location of the event. And here's where my theory come into play. I believe because of all of the backlash, they went ahead and posted the address to the location where they wanted to have the event, which is why you see the Hyatt Centric in Buckhead. However, in my opinion, my theory, they didn't pay the deposit, but because there was so much backlash, they went ahead and put the address to the location that they wanted to have the event and eventually was going to pay the deposit, and you guys already knew where the place was going to be at. That's just kind of how I interpret it, because now when you go on their website, you're not going to see the Hyatt under the Eventbrite, but it's just going to state Atlanta. So it seems as though they also retracted that because fans were calling the Hyatt trying to see if the Black Business Expo was going to be in that area, and it wasn't. Or the people from the Hyatt don't believe or have no knowledge of that Black Business Expo, probably because they didn't pay a deposit for a venue. So if the location is to be disclosed and they're asking for people to pay $50 to $200, what do you think they're going to do with that money? In my opinion, they're going to use that money to pay or book the venue. People come hard at the Scotts because they ridicule everyone else that seemingly are progressing in business, and they fail to open up when it comes to their own hardships. So we see that there is going to be an Atlanta Black Expo, and that is going to be Saturday, February the 10th. And they also have the address and the location to that event. It also says that event is going to be, like I said, February the 10th, and it has the time 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and it's a free event. It's essentially, however, it goes up to $75 because, you know, they have different perks and packages. So ultimately, the general admission is free entry. However, if you want to go to the other Black Business Expo, then the general admission is $50. And I do believe last year the general admission was about $30. So they went up. And don't even have a location, or didn't even feel the need to disclose the location, even though they are in a whole nother state. The location is to be disclosed, again, on Eventbrite. The event is $50 to $200. It's in Atlanta, and they also aren't giving refunds. So again, going back to the Scotts are just not good business people. They don't have good business etiquette, and they are known for doing bad business, because even here, the inconsistencies of the event, it says about this event, it's going to be 1 day and 2 hours long. And to me, I'm very confused by that, because what could you possibly do in 1 whole day and 2 hours in an expo? It reads that this is the Black Business Expo. Get ready for the Black Business Expo, a must-attend in-person event where entrepreneurs come together to network. By the MLS Foundation, partner with Amazon. I guess I'm a little perplexed because I'm not understanding if the event is for 1 whole day and 2 hours, or if this is a 2-hour event, because like I showed you guys at the other Black Expo that is going to be housed February the 10th, that event is listed from at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it also has a location on it. And that event had been posted for quite some time. And Letitia and Marceau's event is literally a week and a half away. So there is a Black Business Expo happening February the 10th. And the Black Business Expo from the MLS Foundation is happening on the 23rd. And allegedly, it is for 1 day and 2 hours. So here's where the breakdown comes in at, and where I'm confused. And again, I don't know if this is one of Twisted Tongue's many mistakes, or if this is just them not understanding business, not being articulate enough to really get business done. And if they just threw this together because this is indeed a quick money grab. Because in my opinion, this doesn't seem like an event that was planned 6 months to a year in advance. Because it clearly states here that the Black Business Expo is February the 23rd at 6 p.m. to Saturday, February the 24th at 8 p.m. So here's where I'm confused. My perplexity is getting the best of me, because are you trying to say that the event is February the 23rd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and you just made a mistake and put February 24th? Or are you trying to say that the event is February the 23rd and February the 24th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.? And if that is the case, then wouldn't that be too short of a time to house an expo for only 2 hours, 6, 7, 8, or I'm sorry, 2 to 3 hours? And this is why I say I think this is one of Twisted Tongue's many mistakes, because I believe this is actually a 2-day event, but they have it posted as an event that's for 1 day and 2 hours. This event might be for February the 23rd, and it might start at 6 p.m. and end at 8 p.m., which again is not long enough, but they have another date on the 24th, and it's the same time frame. That's the only thing that I can think of, because over on Eventbrite, it says that the event is for 1 whole day and 2 hours. So like I said, Either Twisted Tongue meant that the event is for February the 23rd from 6 to 8. And even still, there's inconsistencies in that because that means the event would only be for 3 hours. And I don't know how you can have a true successful expo for only 3 hours. Or this would mean the Black Business Expo is actually a 2-day event and they forgot to disclose that information as well. You guys, there's many things that we don't really know about, okay? It's all pretty much confusing. But somebody sent me a screenshot of a commenter, and I don't know whose video they were under, but they sent me a screenshot of somebody commenting, basically stating that they called the Hyatt, and the Hyatt didn't know anything about this Black Business Expo. Y'all get in the comments. Do y'all want me to go live and call the Hyatt and try to figure out what's going on? We should go on a Black Business Expo search online to where we try to call all of the hotels in that surrounding area to try to see, you know, what's going on when it comes to this Black Business Expo. We are so tired of the Scots and their lying asses in these plots and these twisted, weird plans. The production continues to try to play in our face when it comes to their storyline. They are genuinely the most unauthentic people on the show, and they never answer any of the questions that we have, and they always trying to pull the rug from under the audience. None of this makes sense. Carlos is always holding their hands because, of course, I'm sure he's trying to assist them and help them out with this, while also holding Miss NBA hand while never allowing her to articulate her points because newsflash, y'all, it's clear as day, Letitia is not smart. That is why Carlos is always going on his platform trying to attack us for calling her ass out. He's always going on his platform trying to say, oh, y'all need to stop calling her not smart, even though she continues to display things that would make us question her educational background. So like I said, y'all, some things just not adding up. So hold on. Let's try to make sense of all of this. Okay, so you currently have a $5 million lawsuit under your belt. You hosting a Black Business Expo where you're requiring people to pay you $50 to $200 and the location of the event is to be determined. Then post an address, but that address ends up not being associated with the actual Black Business Expo. Your friend accused you of stealing his idea. Nobody knows if the event is supposed to be for a whole 1 day and 2 hours, or if it's a 2-day event, or if it's only scheduled for February the 23rd and it's indeed a 3-hour event, which is from 6 to 8. Y'all are expecting people to travel out to Atlanta to attend this event and don't know the address or the area that they're going to be in. Oh, and this event is also a week and a half away. We're going to add that, subtract that, divide that, multiply, and none of this shit really lines up, actually. So y'all get in the comments and y'all help me out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
Against the people that are actually doing it. It's discouraging sometimes.
It seems like it's always something. Like, you know that Mason Mila's website has something about Canvas Beauty on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I instantly contacted the web designer and asked him, like, what is this?
Didn't the same web designer design her thing?
I don't know if he designed her website or not, but I know he's in that industry, and that's why we chose to use him for Mason Mila's.
It's probably a template, and that's something we should have caught.
But my thing is, I'm like, I paid you a lot of money for this website, so...
But y'all took care of it, right?
Yeah, he took care of it instantly.
Hey, mistakes happen. Remember, just think about Bet on Black. People are not just looking for the surface.
Yeah,
they're
looking for
combing
stuff.
through. You're combing through it to see what's going on. If that wasn't there, they'd have just been like, get them next time.
You want to be mad, get...
Yeah, I pull up, roll the windows down it. I pull up, roll the windows down it. roll the window down it.